The opinions expressed on this program are solely those of its hosts, guests, or callers, and do not necessarily represent the opinions of WTBR-FM, its management, other producers, or sponsors.
You're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O here at WTBR-FM, Pittsfield Community Radio. Today is International Talk Like a Pirate Day, September 19th, 2023. We're going to be interviewing Ol Chumbucket, also known as John Baur, one of the creators of International Talk Like a Pirate Day, so stay tuned for all kinds of pirate-ese. Welcome to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O, where the water consciousness is coming to you straight from the Berkshires and around the world. Super excited to be with you. Cool show that we have today, and we'll be having so much more. And first tune up we got is Kirk Douglas, Whale of a Tale.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two, about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo. There was Mermaid Minnie, met her down in Madagascar. She would kiss me anytime that I would ask her. Then one evening her flame of love blew out. Blow me down and pick me up, she swapped me for a trout.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two, about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo.
There was Typhoon Tessie, met her on the coast of Java. When we kissed, I bubbled up like molten lava. Then she gave me the scare of my young life. Blow me down and pick me up, she was the captain's wife.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two, about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo.
Then there was Harpoon Hannah, had a look that spelled out danger. My heart quivered when she whispered, "I'm there, stranger." Bought her trinkets that sailors can't afford.
Sailors can't afford.
And when I spent my last red cent, she tossed me overboard.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two, about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo.
Sea, the name of the ship was a belly of tea. The winds blew up her blue, up down and below my bully boys below. 'Twas a ship that put to sea, the name of the ship was a belly of tea. The winds blew up her blue, up down and below my bully boys below. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. He had not been 2 weeks from shore when down under a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman I'd had to water the whales till came up and caught her hand to the side, harping and fought her when she died down low. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
You're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O right here at WTBR-FM, Pittsfield Community Radio. And you could also find And So It Flows on Google. You could also find on Amazon Audible. And you could also find us on Apple Music and everywhere else you're getting your podcasts. Extraordinary show today. It's International Talk Like a Pirate Day. And we had a couple of tunes to kind of start that theme off. It's Whale of a Tale. Kirk Douglas sang that. Disney's Ultimate Swashbuckler album. And then we had Wellerman Sea Shanty from the Wellerman Sea Shanty album. So excited today. We'll be talking to one of the creators of International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arrrgh. That's not his name. His actual name is John Baur, also known in the world of International Talk Like a Pirate Day as Ol Chumbucket. He'll be chiming in from out at sea looking for the Kraken. He's coming in at the second half of the show, so stay tuned for that. Little bit about International Talk Like a Pirate Day. It's been going on for about 20-ish years. It was created in 1995. Actually, a little bit more than 20 years. We're closing in on the 3-0. 28 years now. John Baur and Mark Summers of Albany, Oregon, proclaim September 19th each year as the day when everyone in the world should talk like a pirate. And since it's been adopted by the Pastafarianism movement, I think that has something to do with pasta. I guess they like pasta. Beyond that, we'll be really having some fun doing piratey stuff. So thanks so much for tuning in. We are your only show for H2O, and so it flows. I'm your super waterman, ambassador for water. A little bit of news. Let's see what we got here in the world of news. Since it is International Talk Like a Pirate Day, it's only 130 days from Gasparilla, which is this festival down in Tampa, Florida. And it's actually a reenactment, I believe, of a battle that took place near Tampa when the pirates were coming aboard. Yeah, prepare to be boarded. You're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O. Next up, we got a little bit of what everybody eats in the world of being a pirate. And this is Sopa de Caracol. Soup of seashells. Like seashells soup. Say that 12 times. With saltines.
Wata winegi con su, wata winegi guanaga, wata winegi con su, wata winegi guanaga. Si tú quieres bailar, sopa de caracol. Hey, wata negi con su, upi pati, yupi pati, luli rami guanaga. Upe, upe, wata negi con su, luli rami guanaga. la cintura muévela, con la cadera muévela. Si lo que quieres es bailar, si lo que quieres es gozar, si tú quieres bailar, sopa de caracol.
Hey, Watanegi con su Luli Rani Wanaga. Watanegi con su
Yupi pa' ti, yupi pa' ti.
Luli Rani Wanaga.
Yupi, yupi.
Watanegi con su Luli Rani Wanaga.
Wata winegi con su, wata winegi guanaga, wata winegi con su, wata winegi guanaga. Si tú quieres bailar, sopa de caracol.
Hey, Watanegi con su Luli Rani Wanaga.
Yupi, yupi. Wata winegi con su, wata winegi guanaga, wata winegi con su, wata winegi guanaga, wata winegi con su, wata winegi guanaga, wata winegi con su, wata winegi guanaga. Sacude, sacude. La cintura, la cintura, la cintura, la cintura, la cintura, la cintura, la cintura. ¿Sabe quién llegó? ¡Banda Blanca! Riki tiki, 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 riki tiki. Afloja la cadera. Cadera.
Watanegi con su
Upi pa' ti, yupi pa' ti.
Luli Rani Wanaga.
Upen tú, upen tú.
Watanegi con su Luli Rani Wanaga.
Con la cintura muévela, con la cadera muévela. Si lo que quieres es bailar, si lo que quieres es gozar, si tú quieres pedir sopa de caracol.
Hey, Watanegi con su
Oh, oh.
Luli Rani Wanaga.
Upen tú. Chequea.
You're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O. Super excited to be with you today. I am your super waterman, your ambassador for water, and today your ambassador for pirates. That you just were listening to Banda Blanca singing out, screaming out their song Sopa de Caracol. It's one of the many things that Pirates of the Caribbean ate. Seashell soup. And there's going to be more food-related stuff that pirates must have eaten or done by the ocean, by the beach. We'll have another tune coming up any second now. But a little bit about, talking like a pirate. Let's see what's there in the world of talking like a pirate. There's this dude. His name is Sir Francis Drake. Some of you may know him as a pirate or a knight, actually, under the Elizabethan rule of Queen Elizabeth. But to the Spaniards, he was quite the pirate. And he had this really cool quote, and I'm going to read it to you. It's from goodreads.com. Disturb us, Lord, when we are too well pleased with ourselves, when our dreams have come true because we dreamed too little, when we arrived safely because we sailed too close to the shore. Disturb us, Lord, when with the abundance of things we possess, we have lost our thirst for the waters of life. Having fallen in love with life, we have ceased to dream of eternity in our efforts to build a new earth. We have allowed our vision of the new heaven to dim. Disturb us, Lord, to dare more boldly, to venture on wilder and wider seas, where storms will show you your mastery. We're losing sight of land. We find the stars. We ask you to push back the horizon of our hopes and to push us into the future in strength, courage, hope, and love. This we ask in the name of our captain, who is Jesus Christ, Sir Francis Drake. And, fill in whatever Lord God, male, female, or otherwise, that you pray to, or does not have to be just one. Let's not put the way of thinking that they should have next to what they did have. That was really cool, Sir Francis Drake. It was really cool. Let's step away from the shore for a second, or maybe on the shore. We got this next water tune, also in the world of food. It's Cake by the Ocean, and this is by DNCE. So let's have some Cake by the Ocean.
Oh no, see you walking around like it's a funeral. Not so serious, girl, why those feet cold? We just getting started, don't you tiptoe, tiptoe. Waste time with the masterpiece, to waste time with the masterpiece. You should be rolling me, you should be rolling me. You're a real life fantasy, you're a real life fantasy. But you're moving so carefully, let's start living dangerously. Talk to me, baby. I'm rolling up on this sweet, sweet baby. Whoa. Let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Walk for me, baby. I'll be pretty, you'll be Naomi. Whoa. Let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Hot damn, see you licking frosting from your own hands. Want another taste? I'm begging, yes, ma'am. I'm tired of all this candy on the dry land, dry land. Oh, waste time with the masterpiece, to waste time with the masterpiece. You should be rolling me, you should be rolling me. You're a real life fantasy, you're a real life fantasy. But you're moving so carefully, let's start living dangerously. Talk to me, baby. I'm rolling up on this sweet, sweet baby. Whoa. Let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Walk for me, baby. Walk for me now. I'll be pretty, you'll be Naomi. Whoa. Let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. So delicious. Talk to me, girl. Talk to me, baby. crazy, crazy. Whoa, let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. Ay, 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 ay. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Walk for me, baby. I'll be Betty, you'll be Naomi. Oh, let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. That's right. Ay, 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 ay. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Ah, yeah. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean.
As I was looking for a little more upon the shore, realized I was in the fixes, the triple sixes, the river Styx. The stench of brimstone is on the phone in my town. Hopped in that big black car, it's not too far, it's a morning star. Gave me a cigarette, wrote a minuet, but better yet, took me to Bennigan's, called all my friends, I saw the end. Burning and writhing hot, I tied a knot without a thought. Cut up my body quick, getting made to stick to the shiny brick wall. I got this problem, who's gonna stop him? Not me. I'm caught in between der Teufel und der See. I got this problem, who's gonna stop him? Not me. I'm stuck in his grin, I'm here sinking in, and it begins again. As I was looking for a little more upon the shore, realized I was in a fixes, the triple sixes, the river Styx. The statue of brimstone, he's on the phone in monotone. Hopped in a big black car, it's not too far, it's the morning star. You see, I got this problem, who's gonna stop him? Not me. I'm stuck in between der Teufel und der See. I got this problem, who's gonna stop him? Not me. I'm caught in his grin, I'm here sinking in, and it begins again.
You're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O. So psyched to be here with you. I am your super waterman, ambassador for water, here at 89.7 WTBR-FM, Pittsfield Community Radio, and you can find And So It Flows all over the world via podcasts, Google Podcasts, Apple Music, as well as Amazon Audible, and lots of other places, so just look for And So It Flows. We had a little bit of, I don't know if you call it piratey music, but it's our West Massachusetts one and only Bella's Bartok. And you really don't know if they're pirates, if they're just incredibly strange. You're not sure. they're kind of Hungarian, but not really. And it's the magic and it's the passion and how they sing. And it's all fun and games, kind of like being a pirate. And before that was Satan's Song. And before that, we had Cake by the Ocean by DNCE. A little bit about kind of like the kind of food that they would actually eat by the ocean. They would probably have rum and cake. They also sopa de caracol. What else would a pirate eat? Occasionally, they would be eaten by the Kraken. But, maybe that's just in the movies. Not really sure. But super excited to be here with you today. We got, and So It Flows doing a International Talk Like a Pirate Day show. That's our episode. And in just a couple of minutes, we're going to be bringing on John Baur, also known as Ol Chumbucket. I had a chance to interview him, and we actually will be in again this year. I interviewed him last year and this year, but International Talk Like a Pirate Day has been going on since 1995, and if this is your first time hearing about it, that's more, you're really lucky, because, everybody likes to be a pirate. There's lots of things to say as a pirate, and I'll talk a little bit about that. So, Avast Ye, which is a command meaning pay attention or listen. So Avast Ye. There's another I, which means yes, I understand. Batten down the hatches when everything on a ship is tied down and prepare for an approaching storm. And then there's a good one. It's called booty. Not what you think. Come on now. Don't go there. It refers to any ill-gotten goods swiped from another party. Yes. And So It Flows, your only show for H2O. Share it with all your water-loving friends. And in the meantime, if you feel like water is the way you want to have your media, give a holler over to WTBR and donate for independent water media. It's because it's really important, not just for pirates, but next week, someone who may have been a pirate, but I'm not sure, Lieutenant Scott McGinnis, lieutenant of the firefighters here in Pittsfield, will be talking about how to keep ourselves safe with water, putting out fires and things like that. So stay tuned for that, because at And So It Flows, we're all about how do we get connection. And the week after that, I have attorney Thomas Bosworth, who's taken on some of the stuff with Monsanto and GE with several claims starting really recently, but really a way to get some kind of accountability for those families. So Tom Bosworth, that will be in 2 weeks. Next week, Scott McGinnis of the Pittsfield Fire Department. So please stay tuned and share it with your friends. What else do we have going on? We have in just about 3 minutes, I'll be bringing on my friend and your friend. His name is John Baur, and he is also known as Ol Chumbucket. So we're going to start this off with a little bit of just getting into the tune of being a pirate. And this is from a movie that we all know, Pirates of the Caribbean. This is the main theme by the Intermezzo Orchestra. Stay tuned as John Baur, also known as Ol Chumbucket, comes up right next. today, Old Chumbucket, also known as John Baur, one of the inventors and creators of International Talk Like a Pirate Day, with us
Ahoy
today.
there.
Ahoy! And you're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O. And Chumbucket, or John.
Hi.
You know, how long have you been doing this Talk Like a Pirate Day thing?
Well, we started it in 1995. It was just me and a friend. We were playing racquetball, and one of us started talking like a pirate, and the other one joined in. And by the time we were done, we realized the world needed a holiday where every man, woman, and child on the planet was encouraged, was free to express themselves like a pirate. Now, the racquetball game took place on June 6th in 1995. June 6th, most people know, was the celebration of D-Day, the observance of D-Day. And that's kind of a sacred day. We didn't want to, sully it with our silly idea for a holiday. So I asked Mark, my friend that was playing with me, I said, well, we need another day. And without pause, without hesitation, he said, September 19th. And I said, okay, why? He said, well, it's my ex-wife's birthday. I'm not being mean, but it's stuck in my head and I'm not doing anything with it, so maybe that'll work and we'll be able to remember it. And it did. Now, for the first 7 years, it was just him and me and a couple of other friends calling each other at work, shouting, "Arrrgh!" into the phone and hanging up. But then we got, I don't know if Dave Barry, the humor columnist from the Miami Herald, we invited him to be the spokesman for Talk Like a Pirate Day. And he wrote a column about the idea. It appeared in the Sunday paper. And, it appeared in the Sunday paper all around the world. And we thought, well, that's cute. There's our 15 minutes of fame. And it just didn't stop. It just went around the world. Within a week, we'd been on the radio on NPR and in Cleveland and Phoenix and in Ireland and in Australia. And we thought, geez, this has some legs. It's just a fun, nonsensical thing to do. And I think that's the appeal. And people sometimes tell us, well, pirates were bad people. They did terrible things. Well, yeah, they did. There's no question about that. And as my friend we used to be John and Mark. Now we're Old Chumbucket and Cap'n Slappy. And as Cap'n Slappy reminds people, the name of the holiday is Talk Like a Pirate Day, not commit felonies like a pirate day. So we want people to
or make people walk the plank like a pirate day.
That's right. Yeah. We're not condoning that. If they want to do that, that's between them and their God and whatever. But so anyway, to us, what we think the appeal is a friend of ours, not a friend of ours. Let me start that again. What we think the appeal is a historian by the name of Marcus Rediker said that pirates were the enemies of mankind, but they were the freest people on earth. They were damned, but they chose that. They chose to live apart and to be who they were, honestly and without pretending to be. How many times in your life do you get to swagger? That's the appeal of Talk Like a Pirate Day. That freedom. That's what we're celebrating.
Yeah. I'm telling you, freedom to me is having a parrot on your shoulder, right there.
They can be a little messy, and
I'm sure stuff has happened with the parrot, but here you're swashbuckling, you're out there, you're now talking like a pirate though. That must take some practice.
Yeah,
you have to have.
it takes some getting used
Go
to.
ahead.
Everything's growled because, there have been pirates as long as people have been traveling by sea. But when we say the word pirate, you immediately think of like Johnny Depp or those iconic figures from the early 18th century, the golden age of pirates. And the reason we think pirates talk like this and they say, "Arr, them what dies will be the lucky ones," is because of a figure named Robert Newton, who played Long John Silver in the 1950s Disney version of Treasure Island. He was from Cornwall, where people talked like that. I mean, he came by it very naturally, the rolled R's and the rolled I's, "Arr!" And he was such an indelible figure that even people who've never seen the movie know that that's what a pirate sounds like.
Yeah, and for those who have just tuned in, you're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O. I'm your Super Waterman ambassador for water. I'm here with John Baur, who's a pirate ambassador, and he's Old Chumbucket. And one thing I wanted to discuss as you're on the show today is, from my experience around pirates, I also noticed that there was actually a pirate in the movie Elizabeth, or the second or third version of that. I forgot who that was, but he was also an emissary. I forgot who was the name of that particular pirate. He helped defeat the Spanish Armada.
Well, Francis Drake. You're talking about Francis Drake.
Yeah.
Who, to the English, he wasn't a pirate. He was a hero. To the Spanish, you asked the Spanish, and yeah, he was a pirate. But he had a very personal grudge against them because he felt like they had attacked his ship and seized his ship when they should have been under, truce. There should have been a truce. So the rest of his life, he took it very seriously, paying back the Spanish. To him, it wasn't the Spanish Armada versus the English Navy. It was him against King Philip. It was Philip. He was a sea dog. He was, when you think of the word sea dog, that was Francis Drake.
So, just John or Old Chumbucket. Captain Slappy, he's a rank captain. Do you have a rank?
Old Chumbucket's a mysterious figure aboard the ship. He doesn't have an official rank or title, but his position as Captain Slappy's drinking buddy gives him an unusual degree of influence in the affairs of the ship. Now, he used to be a ship's cook before he joined the pirates, before he went on the account, joined the sweet trade, as we say.
Beyond rum,
there's a reason he's called Old Chumbucket, and it's not because they were saying your food's so good, but no, this is like a So he left the cooking ranks and found his true calling as a pirate.
That's great. And you say a drinking buddy for Captain Slappy. So, what kind of drink? I mean, like rum, obviously, is a well-known pirate, refreshment. Is there anything else other than rum that pirates drank?
Well, ale, of course, and they would drink really anything they could get their hands on. But it wasn't just pirates. Almost all sailors. In fact, the British Navy used to have a rum allotment for every sailor on a ship that only ended God, I want to say the late 1950s or early 1960s. It was just part of your daily grog ration was just part of the job. And the reason for that was because water, yeah, they had to carry months of water in these big wooden casks. And a lot of times they would open the cask after they'd been at sea for a while, and it was green and it was slimy, it was disgusting. The alcohol, a little beer, a little ale, that kept the slick greenness down. And so that's why you'd see them drinking as much as they did. Sounds delicious, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like green slime and ale. It sounds, it's more like oy vey. But that would be a different pirate.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure there were Jewish pirates. There were pirates of every race, every nationality that had a sea coast. And every religion or lack of religion.
Well, did you ever take a look at why they started? I mean, like, obviously you have the International Talk Like a Pirate Day, which is today, September 19th. That's been going on for how many years now? 20? 21?
This is 21 since Dave Barry wrote the column. Okay. And it became, people knew about it besides my immediate circle of friends.
So why did people start as a pirate? Like, what brought them out as like, hey, I want to take on piracy?
Well, most pirates, and especially, again, we're talking about that particular era, the golden age of piracy. Most pirates started as honest sailors. But as an honest sailor, the captain of the ship was God. They had to do anything he said. Pay was bad, food was bad, discipline was terrible. At some point, going on the account sounded pretty good. A lot of times a pirate ship would take a cargo ship and they would ask anyone on the crew want to join us. And a lot of them took advantage of that opportunity. A lot of sailors just got pushed as far as they human being could stand and mutinied, literally tossed the captain overboard and took the ship and went on the account. They did it.
Wow. That's the way to rise. Take over the ship.
Yeah.
That's the way to go up.
The thing to remember too, in that era, there was no such thing as upward mobility. If you were a farm boy, you couldn't, with hard work and perseverance and applying yourself, rise up until you were somebody, a gentry. No. You're born a farmer, you're a farmer till you die. You work in a rope factory, you do that till you die. Pirates said, to hell with that noise. We're going to take our life in our own two hands. We will set our own course and live our own destiny. And as Bartholomew Roberts, who did not intend to become a pirate, but his ship was taken by pirates, and they said, you're coming with us. He had some skills that they needed, so they pressed him into service. Several months later, the captain was killed. And Roberts said, okay, I'll be the captain. He ran for because pirate crews elected their captain and their quartermaster, and those were pretty much the only ranks they had. And he said, I'll do it. And he convinced them all to join him because he said, if I must be damned, at least I'll be in charge. And he was one of the most successful pirates until he got surprised and a piece of oak tore open his throat and he died. But they all knew it was a short life but a merry one.
Nice. So, for those just tuning in, we're talking with Old Chumbucket, also known as John Baur, one of the creators of International Talk Like a Pirate Day. And for those who are listening, you're listening to WTBR FM 89.7 here in Pittsfield, Pittsfield Community Radio, and So Flows is the only show for H2O. And got a couple more minutes, and I wanted to get a sense from you, since people are like International Talk Like a Pirate Day. What are the top 5 pirate words, and what do they mean?
Okay, my personal favorite pirate phrase, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory: "Prepare to be boarded." When you're attacking another ship, you want to capture. You don't want to sink the ship. You want to capture the ship and steal everything they've got. So you had to board the ship. Boarders away. So that was a warning to the other ship: prepare to be boarded, or either give up or there's going to be a fight. But today that phrase can be used so many ways. You and your friends are approaching a bar, and it's Talk Like a Pirate Day. You shout to the people in the bar, "Prepare to be boarded," and there you go. I had a friend who was planning a September 18th wedding, and I told her, you're going to get up to the honeymoon. Instead of cooing sweet nothings in your new husband's ears, tell him, "Prepare to be boarded." She told me later that she told him that, and she said, "I've never seen him so embarrassed."
Okay, we got one. We need 4 more.
Okay.
Go for it.
Captain Slappy's favorite is "Splice the main brace," which means have the first drink of the day. And there's a fairly long and involved story about that, which I will spare you. But if someone says, "Time to splice the main brace," they mean, open that bottle, we're drinking now. Because the saying is, you don't have a drink until the sun's over the yardarm. I say, if the sun's not over the yardarm, stand on the other side of the yardarm.
Is that number 3? Stand by the other side of the yard?
Number 2. That was number 2.
That's number 2. Okay.
Okay. Probably the most important one is "ahoy," which just means hello. But on Talk Like a Pirate Day, you assert your piratedom by saying "ahoy." If you need to give someone a group, you want to get the attention of a group of people, you say "avast," which means stand and give attention. Stop what you're doing and listen to me. So that's 4. And the most important one, it's like the Swiss Army knife of your Talk Like a Pirate toolkit, is "arrrgh," which isn't so much a word as an expression of a feeling. I'm here, I'm alive. And it's what you say while you're stalling and trying to think of what you're meant to say. You say, "arrrgh." It can mean, "my team's winning." "Arrrgh." "My team's losing." "Arrrgh." It can mean, "I would like a biscuit." "Arrrgh."
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Number 5, R. That's great. So we're talking to John Baur, Old Chumbucket, and for folks who want to find out more about Like a Pirate Day and perhaps learn more pirate-ese, where do they go? What do they do?
Well, you could start, dare I say, you could go to our website. talklikeapirate.com. That's our website, and that'll give you a fuller description of the story that I've told you about how we started the holiday. There is some vocabulary there, and there are links to a lot of We got a pretty good link section. Stuff with pirate history and pirate bands and reenactors and crews and festivals. It's a pretty big. I think one of the great things about Talk Like a Pirate Day was it gave everyone a chance to realize, wow, we're not alone. And they all thought, well, there's a couple of other pirates. There are pirate crews everywhere. And this is a way to get into that world.
I really thank you. Thank you for taking time off your ship. Thanks for explaining some of what pirate-ese is all about and pirate lore. We have been talking with John Baur, also known as Old Chumbucket, one of the creators of International Talk Like a Pirate Day. And again, thanks again for, giving us some of your arrrgh and providing our listeners some way to be like a pirate, which everybody wants to do.
Everyone wants to do it. I just want to thank you for helping spread the word, and the word is arrrgh.
Arrrgh.
If ye be a lusty lad, talk like a pirate. If ye be a lusty lad, talk like a pirate. If ye be a lusty lad, talk like a pirate. Talk like a pirate. Day. If ye be a lively lass, talk like a pirate. If ye be a lively lass, talk like a pirate. If ye be a lively lass, talk like a pirate. Talk like a pirate. Day. Shout ahoy, ahoy, heave to, and join our pirate crew. Hey! If you're shy and need some nerve, talk like a pirate. If you're shy and need some nerve, talk like a pirate. If you're shy and need some nerve, talk like a pirate. Talk like a pirate.
You're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O. I am your super waterman on the International Pirate Day edition of And So It Flows here at WTBR-FM, Pittsfield Community Radio, WTBR-FM Pittsfield, 89.7 on your FM dial and available on Google Podcasts, Apple Music, as well as Amazon, Audible, and lots of other places where you get your podcasts, so check it out. We got a little bit of poetry, and this one is called He Who Loved Beauty by Alec Brock Stevenson. Dolores, here he made his stand, like those who are beaten behind the mountains and in front of the sea. To the west, a rock by the brown river Eaton. Here beauty went along the strand, smashing green waves against the white sand. Beyond the rock, that's his thatch. So spoke up a neighbor, and you'll be finding leather string on a latch, and him inside at peace from labor. So he was run in, the fox to his earth, he, the old reaver, warm by his hearth. But where was the booty, the gems and doubloons, filched from fat merchants by tropical moons? He of all pirates prime Hierophant. No swords, no silver, no silk of Levant. 4 things he answered, of all things that are, a rock, a river, a tree, and a star. This is his wisdom. He welcomed me ill. I passed by the tree and strove up the hill. This is the saying of one wise as he, a rock, a river, a star, and a tree. This is the place, the shrine of the sage, who lived his last days with beauty for wage. Here's where the tree was long ago humbled, and a space points us out where granite has crumbled. The river is empty, and a wind sweeps the stones. The stars are not whiter than freebooters' bones. And this is from The Fugitive. This is by Alec Brock Stevenson. He who loved beauty. Thanks again for being with us here on So It Flows. Tune in again. We're on every Tuesday at 2 p.m. at 89.7 FM and available on podcast everywhere you get your podcasts. And So It Flows. Here we go. And thanks so much for being into the water.
Lemon fizzy water, sparkling water, lemon, osmosis, carbonated, filtered, distilled. See, in trouble. In the abundance of water, the fool will get thirsty.